Alright, what is up, fellas? So first of all, I just want to thank everyone who's been subscribing recently. I think I've gained like 7 or 8 subscribers in the last week, and I know that's not a lot, but that's pretty nice for me. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I appreciate you guys. Again, I don't want to sound like a fucking stereotypical sheep YouTuber when I just sit here and suck everybody's dick, but I wanted to appreciate you guys for that. Show a little bit of appreciation. You feel me? But I want to set the scene real quick for this commentary. So this was about a year ago, maybe a little bit less than a year. Maybe it's like 11, 10 months ago. I should have told this story a while back, but I'm gonna just fucking jump right into it, I guess. So I'm at work. I work at a fucking Panera Bread, by the way. So if that's setting the fucking decor and the vibe up for you, it's like super mellow in there. A bunch of old people eating fucking soup in there and whatnot, soup and salad, and super weird sandwiches. And it's just fucking dead. It's right after the lunch rush, and no one is in there. Besides, there's like 4 or 5 customers in there, and they're all like in the front room, like the closest to me. And I'm just standing there, just bored as hell. I don't know if I was like super tired this day, but you guys know when you get stuck on something, you're just looking off into the fucking distance, into nothingness, and you're just stuck there thinking about whatever. That was me at this time, and I hear it getting sort of loud over there by the line where they dish out all the meals and whatnot at. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, it wasn't like screaming or anything, it was just like loud chatter. I'm like, man, they're talking pretty fucking loudly. And maybe like 5 seconds go past, and then it turns into fucking absolute havoc, screaming at the top of their lungs. And granted, I thought it was my coworker Brandon and Nicole, or I didn't know if I thought it was Nicole, but I thought it was him and some girl. And he's a jokester, so I thought maybe they were just joking around. And what I was hearing was just loud fucking laughter. But then I started hearing cuss words. I'm like, man, I mean, I know these people aren't the smartest, but they're really getting after it. So then I realized, 1 or 2 seconds later, that's not what we're fucking looking at. So bam, I start fucking booking it over there. By the way, I'm in an apron. I ain't in fucking combat mode, right? I'm at work in a fucking apron and a hat. I'm not ready for fucking combat. Even though I train and whatever, I don't want to fucking just get into a random ass fight. That's not me. I don't really give a fuck. But I start fucking booking it over there. Don't know what's going on. And bam, I get over there. It's Nicole and this big fucking dude. He's not big. He's built like fucking, he's built like a bobblehead version of Shaq. He's built like a bitch. He's probably like 5'11", kind of chubby. And I book it over there, and I go to get in between them, but my manager beats me to it because she was like a lot closer to them. I think she was just in the back. Meanwhile, I'm a couple steps away. And she gets in between them, and she's like 120, 125 pounds, super small. And she, for some reason, is like trying to break Nicole and this guy up because apparently, I won't get into the backstory until in a second, but they're like screaming in each other's face. She gets into them to break each other up, but she's not breaking up Nicole from the guy. She's breaking the guy up from Nicole, which is my fucking job because I'm like the only guy there besides my coworker Brandon. So I go to like shove Rebecca back so I can go take care of him and whatnot and try to settle him down and whatnot, figure out what the fuck's going on. But she won't move, and it's like I have to act on a fucking swivel. Like I can't be there fucking bullshitting, try to breaking shit up that I shouldn't be breaking up, like just breaking up where Rebecca is, my manager. So bam, I go to get Nicole. Meanwhile, they start fucking slugging. They start slugging on some Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. type shit. Like they aren't the most technical. I've seen better, but they're tossing all air balls except for the shots Nicole's throwing because I'm catching them all. So I'm fucking ducking and dodging, bobbing and weaving, stick and moving, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm trying to evade these shots. Meanwhile, bing, 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 all of them bouncing off my head. Granted, it's just a girl, or a woman rather. They aren't hurting, We ain't talking about no Francis Ngannou. They're fine. Like I'm eating them on the side. I'm eating the punches. But like, man, I was kind of rattled. I'm like, come on now. I'm just trying to break this shit up, and I'm getting lit up, straight lit up with a flurry of strikes. And he's tossing back, by the way. And he's not hitting, but, I mean, she was hitting him first. Not saying that's whatever. I'm just saying, just taking you through the steps. He's missing as well, but that's the point where he should have got his ass whooped. But again, I got to react. I got to get her into the back. It's not about looking cool in front of everybody. So I push her into the back. She charges back out, and she's a girl. So I push her back in there, and then I go back to take care of him. He's trying to get into the back, so I push him out of there. And he's, by the way, I'm like the least, like, whatever, I train and whatnot, but I'm the least intimidating guy. Like, whether I could have whooped his ass or not, I'm the least intimidating guy. He doesn't know me whatsoever. So he was not afraid of me whatsoever. So I pushed him out of there, and it was like I didn't exist. Even though he flew back, it was like he didn't fucking notice me. So then I go back to her because he's out there, and then Brandon busts out from the bathroom area and gets in dude's face, and they're about to throw down. Dude fucking hopped off the toilet hella fast, hella quick. Gets in his face. They start arguing about stupid shit, and this is what I didn't want to happen, because it's not about fighting the dude. It's about getting them broken up and, trying to come to a conclusion as to what happened and figure shit out. Not about looking cool, that you can beat a guy up. That's really not what it's about. So we get her into the back. It breaks up. He comes back after we get him out of the store. He rushes back in and start acting like he's about to fight people. And then I go out next to him, making sure he's not going back there to fight anybody. And then Brandon is like right in the line, and there's like a counter where you would set your meals out, and then a customer would come take it. By the way, customers are in here this entire time. And he comes up to like the counter, and is telling him to like step outside and whatnot to fight him. And Brandon is doing this super fucking weird thing with his pocket knife where he's flipping it up and down in his hand like it's a fucking knick-knack. And he's like, I ain't scared of shit. And then that guy starts screaming, I'm not afraid to fucking die. I'm not afraid to die. And I'm just like, dude, both of them, I was like, calm down. I was like, don't do nothing, Brandon. I don't even know this dude's fucking name. But it was pretty fucking crazy. And it was a lot crazier than I explained it. It's kind of like you have to be there thing. But I'll explain to you the backstory as to what happened. So there's a guy that I work with. I'm not going to name drop him. Okay, I will. His name's RJ. This Nicole girl and this RJ guy were like fucking, right? And then that morning, that one guy who showed up, I don't know his name, but the fucking suspect, he apparently weebled-wobbled his ass into my work and dropped off flowers to her because that's her boyfriend. By the way, bitch got a kid and everything. Obviously, like, why are you doing this when you have a kid and you're mixed up between two guys? But anyways, he brought her flowers that morning, and I specifically remember seeing her with flowers. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. But then, I guess the caterer at work, her name's Jasmine, she came over there and, like, texted dude and was like, hey, she's fucking around with RJ, a guy who works here. Obviously, that dude didn't fucking take kindly to that, so he suited up on some Batman type shit and decided to weeble-wobble his ass down to the Panera Bread and start some shit that ruined my fucking day and a lot of other people's day. And I'm the only one that's, like, cool, calm, and collected in the situation. You guys know, I mean, I get mad at video games sometimes, but as a person, I never get, like, I don't really get mad at anything. Like, I'm a definitely think first kind of guy. I don't act and then think, I think and then act. Which is totally a contrast to how I was in, like, high school and as a kid and whatnot. But I suppose you grow up and learn new shit. So, yeah, that was quite the experience for me. And everyone was yelling and shouting, cussing and whatnot. And I'm just, dude, we need to get these people apart. Let's worry about that and worry about what the fuck he's up to. You just gotta create space is what you have to do. So, not fucking look cool and shout at a guy and whatnot and get your own frustrations out. And I was the only one keep on the fucking ball like that. Nobody else. So, I don't know what would have happened if I wasn't there that day. Because it's not about, like I said, it's not about looking cool and beating some guy's ass or talking a lot of shit just because you can. It's about diffusing the situation. Anyways, that's a little weird story that I had that I should have told it back in the day, but I don't know why I'm always getting into fights at work or why fights are always breaking out at work. I told about a story whenever I worked at the gym at the end of high school of like a guy trying to fight me there, and it's like, dude, come on. But yeah, again, thank you for all the new subscribers. Hope you guys stayed tuned until this part, and I'll see you all later.